Hey gang, Ronan here. Now here's something you don't see too often. I'm featuring a co-op game. Why am I doing that? Well, Thunderfeet plays primarily co-op games. And in co-op, the challenges are a little bit different. I mean, for the most part, I think it's fair to say that the bots are fairly predictable in terms of their behavior. You know, you can kind of count on them to do certain things, but not always. And especially if you're trying to run missions or working on naval battles, particularly when the issue is, you're trying to pick up XP. It's a little different and a little bit easier to pick up stars in naval battles if the goal is ribbons. With ribbons, you can bring something like this, set it up for secondaries, and you can pick up a lot of ribbons. But when you're working with trying to get XP, it's a little bit more challenging. Well, in this game, I know that Thunderfeet had a pretty amazing game, just in terms of great XP, but just in terms of the opportunities he had to blap ships. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, in co-op, it's very often challenging, even if you're playing extremely well, even if you're having a great game. It's really challenging to sink a lot of ships or get a lot of damage. Not that you can't do damage or sink ships, because you can, of course. But in a lot of co-op games, you've got a team full of other players who are all doing the same thing. So maybe get one or two ships sunk, and maybe pick up 100, 125,000 damage, and that's a pretty good co-op game. But in this game, you probably saw it's just two actual players, and the rest are all bots. Now that can present a little bit more opportunity to accumulate points. And you can see our heroes got HE loaded here against Kleber. Kleber's moving pretty fast, but at this range, still able to land a shell. Maybe a little bit more of a lead necessary. Yeah. Now this brings up secondaries. Take them out. This brings up an interesting thing. If you're not using the mod station, really recommend it. Now you can see that the indicator there, just to the left and under the green reticule, 7.08, 704. What's that telling you? Well, it's telling you that if the enemy ship is moving at a basically max speed, it's going to take your shells roughly 7 seconds to get there. So that's where you want to aim. See the number 7 on the indicator there on the left side? If you fire and the ship is moving at full speed, your shells are going to land right around where that 7's at, more or less. And we'll see. Yeah, zoomed out, so tough to tell for sure, but you get the idea. Now, if you're still using the the static reticule, if you're still using, you can see this indicator here. It's goes out to what, 12 on either side right now. But you saw that it expanded. The numbers went up as you zoomed out. Yeah, there are videos on that. If you're interested, if you're having trouble landing shells, you can. Well, you're already here on YouTube. You can just type in something like World of Warships aiming or something along those lines. There are a number of really great videos on how to aim and how to make use of those hashtags or those markers, to tell you, nice shot. Picked up a Citadel there. So just taking a look at the numbers, we got 16 aircraft shot down, 1 incapacitation, 29 shells on target, 8 secondary hits. Sank a ship, 1 Citadel shot, Looks like Montana's going to give him another citadel here. Nope. Oh, somebody's running Gunterlutians. I just heard the secondary bonus there. So that gives you that particular commander. Once you get 100 secondary hits, you get a 15% secondary reload boost. And that's probably going to do it for Montana. And that's 2 kills and just shy of 106,000 damage. Still 4 enemy ships remaining, and the good guys are down to, well, our hero and his CV. Now that's going to create a little bit of opportunity for him. Island's in the way there. You can see the indicator. CV dropped a little too close. Risky, running broadside to both a Kurfürst and a Yamato. CB's coming back for another go. I think he dropped a little too close there too. Yeah, he dropped on the other side, so just a little too close. Well, Yamato might have made a better target there, but this Kurfürst, he's going to be in secondary range before too much longer. You can see the secondaries are already firing on the enemy CV. There's 3 more planes shot down, brings the total to 26. Looks like Yamato and Goliath, the bots have decided to head for Charlie. And the friendly CV. And CV drops on the wrong side again. Well, I guess if there have to be CVs in co-op games, they should occasionally play like some of the real players play CVs. Racking up some more secondary hits now. Kurfürst with his guns pointed. Wow. Well, you know, it's a bot. Guess his guns were aimed at the hack way up there at Alpha 4, but nope, it's just one of them's broken, I guess. It's like he's bringing them all around, other than that forward gun mount. Must have repaired it. Looks like it's starting to swing back this way. Nice shot. Secondary's still working on, well, now working on both the Kurfürst and the CV. And that last turret is just about around. Our hero down to 27,000 damage, and he does take out GK. Now CVs are, well, they're ludicrous for a lot of reasons in my opinion. Not least of which is that, you know, fires burn for what, 5 seconds? Floods run for 5 seconds, something like that, and they auto-repair. You know, that they decided, wargaming, that's who I'm referring to, that they decided that CV players couldn't walk and chew gum at the same time, like players did in the old RTS system. Well, the bad guys have sunk the hack now, so it's just our hero. And it looks like the bad guys are going to have the only caps. So, you know, there is a little bit of a challenge here. Always a chance you'll bounce shells. And you can see, yeah, there were 4 ricochets there. I think you got to, you know, when you're firing it, especially at a CV, you You want to fire into the flattest part of the ship that you can under the armor. I think that's got an armored deck, right? Or toughen. So I would aim a little lower than he did this last time. But really, he's got to finish this thing off and turn around and try and get to those other ships. Still aiming a little too high, and I think the shells, although he zooms back immediately after firing, it's hard to tell, but I think the shells are just skipping right across the flight deck. You want to aim under the flight deck and try to get a pen in there. But as low as that ship is now on HP, this might do it anyway. No, still four more ricochets. Secondaries are going to finish the job, I think, and he's going to have to turn around and run the other way. So secondaries take him out. That's kill number 4, and we're up to almost 250,000 damage. And this is what I was talking about a little while ago, and it's kind of fun. I mean, if you're playing a co-op match, a lot of times it's missions, and it's it's a good way to get through missions because most of the games don't last all that long, and it can be fun. I mean, if you've never played co-op or you haven't played co-op in a long time, in my opinion, especially if you're grinding missions where, get X number of secondary hits or X number of torpedo hits or whatever, co-op's a great way to do it, especially if you're short on time. Okay, so what's left on the other team? Well, you got one battleship. Now, the bad guys have at this point, fairly commanding lead in terms of points. So Thunder's going to have to figure out where the Yamato has gone. And we know his last known position was way up there. Charlie 8, Charlie 9, somewhere in that ballpark. Bringing his guns around, trying to get in position to be able to get shells on him. Okay, quick review of the stats. 53 aircraft shot down, a couple of incapacitations, 93 shells on target, 494 secondary hits, 4 ships sunk, 1 citadel, 12 fires. Spotted a ship, and 4 decaps. That's a nice collection of ribbons. Now I believe that, and it's not easy to do, I believe that he ended up here with over 1,000 base XP in a co-op game. That's not an easy feat. So my hat's off to you, Thunder Feet, for doing that. Looks like you're running for a cap. Well, still got 7 minutes. Yamato's a big ship, so if the bots are true to form here, Yamato is just making a beeline for your ship. So just a question of when it will pop up, but certainly I think it would happen in the next couple minutes tops. Now, I haven't been paying close attention to whether or not the range on this thing suggests a secondary spec build, but that wouldn't surprise me. It can be a lot of fun, especially in co-op. There's the Yamato. Yamato's starting to turn in a little bit, I think. It's a pretty flat broadside to a Yamato. Nice shot. Got the better of that exchange. But Yamato has, 84,000, 85,000. A lot of HP. I guess if you're farming damage especially, that creates a little bit more opportunity. Gonna be pretty tough to cap this thing. took, what, 9,200 or so? 9,600 or so? Yeah, you're doing more damage, for sure. Especially as long as he's running kind of broadside to you. Not entirely, but now he is turning in a little bit. Everybody break out the ice chest. We might be stopping at the beach here.
Gefecht endet in 5 Minuten.
That's a nice beach. Close to a little town. Run into town, get some ice, pick up some sandwiches. Well, no more heals. So what he's got has to work for him. Got 4 minutes, 34 seconds. Will he close to secondary range or continue to snipe from afar? Sure, we're going to see some shells coming in here. Nope. Yeah, the bots. As soon as he went undetected, the Yamato didn't know where the guns should aim. Except a little more damage. Now we're sitting at 290,000 damage. Still 4 minutes remaining. You don't want to get too close to the island. Make it real hard to get shells over, but I think this low spot's going to provide a little bit of an opportunity. So, you know, even in a co-op game, picking up 290,000 damage is not an easy thing. Now we're just shy of 300,000. Yamato still has no idea where the Kurfürst went. Where is he? .500 secondary hits now. And that number's only going to climb higher when we come around this corner. Yamato's angled in. I bounced some shells there. Yeah. It all bounced off the upper belt. Well, I'm going to make an educated guess here that we're going to see two battleships kind of run alongside one another, and we're going to see this GK commanded by our hero absolutely wreck the Yamato. Yeah, you should fire right into that cheek, do a lot of damage. And I think he's going to follow that up with a kill shot here, so I'm going to say great game, Thunderfeet. Thank you very much for sending it. Fun to watch, lots of action, and you really racked up some numbers here. Those of you joining me, thank you very much. Really appreciate you spending a little time here. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.